All right, everyone, let's start the recap of the 27th of January 2021. As you can see, we had a very reddish day, a very tough day. It was really hard. Let's start with our backtest for the day. Same setting as usual. Okay, 7% and 2%. Advanced, nothing. Summary, as you can see. Start the simulation. There were actually a couple of opportunities that I highlighted during the trading. Let us go over them. Let me open my Twitter account as well so we can revisit those opportunities that we talked about. Okay. I'm keeping the screen here so we can revisit it. Okay, so for the 27th, we have recorded the third day in the month that was red, making a loss of minus $851.70. The beauty in the screener is that whenever we have bearish days, we get usually half of the number of the opportunities or the signals that we receive on a regular day, on a winning day. So here what we got on the 27th was only 20 opportunities out of, or compared to the previous day, which is 47. Okay. Our winning rate was very low, one of the lowest in the month. Actually, the most winning one was 15th of January with 7.4%, while our 27th of January, the percentage of the winning rate was only 15%, and the average loss per trade was minus $42.58. Okay. Let's look into let's analyze each opportunity when it came, and did we really make all this amount of loss, or were we supposed to lose all this? Let's move on. 20, I will try to cover them all and see how really the opportunities came and what should we really do with each signal. I think the first one, UONEK, was at the beginning of the trading session in a false entry position, so I think it should not be considered as a loss. Moving to the next one, BHAT. I think it was clearly shown that one signal will not be enough, and it is at the resistance. I think with such a very reddish market, I think it will not be really tempting to enter here. You are at a resistance. You have already made a move, but you are in front of a resistance. So usually you should not, as we do usually, we wait for the confirmation. So we should go ahead of this. Okay. Then here, if you notice that when I talked about it, UONEK at around 10 o'clock or 9:47, you can notice that it gave a signal, but it was now confirming the upper trend. Now it should be considered as a losing trade. So now this one is not considered, but this one now, at this entry, not at the beginning of the month, is of the trading session, is supposed to be, or is considered to be, as a losing trade. So we have now one confirmed losing trade, one avoidable. Let's move to the next one. IFMK, when it showed up, was just at the resistance. So again, I think it's obvious that you cannot really, or you don't have really to enter. Plus the condition of the market, which we don't really usually consider, but This is a severe one. It's not a slightly reddish market. It's a confirmed one. And it's happening since the beginning of the market, actually, since the market opening. So when you see such a thing, I think you will just wait until it confirms the breakout. Usually, if it gives you a breakout after breakout, it gives you an incentive or a reason to enter. So I think when you are here, somebody wants to take the risk, might be trapped in the, if someone enters here or at this candle with an unconfirmed entry, might really absorb the loss in this trade as well. So those are two losing trades. Now, next one is BYFC. BYFC is giving a good signal and a room, actually. But let us see, where did it give the signal? Okay. On the signal, it shows that there is a room, but when you go to the chart, you look at the daily, you will find there is a movement, which is also another incentive. You saw that it has already tested the moving average, the simple moving average of the 20 days moving average. So another incentive, another confirmation. However, when you look here on the 5 minutes chart, you will see that it needs to confirm the signal by crossing this maybe, or even you need to wait for the signal until it's confirmed, maybe here, right on the top of the volume weighted moving average or volume weighted average. But unfortunately, also it will be considered as a losing trade here. So here is a wrong entry, so it should not be considered as a loss, actually. But, however, if you wait for it and if it shows again, it will be a losing trade. So here it should not be considered, but it's considered in the backtest as a losing trade. Here maybe someone will enter, hoping that it will continue. But that's the beauty of having the daily chart and the 5 minutes chart. You can make your mind easier or clearer. Now, moving to LGHL. LGHL has tested recently the 20 days moving average, simple moving average, and it respected it. This day it was supposed to continue, and this, at this entry, was supposed to be a winning trade. However, this happens, and it did not meet its target, so this is a confirmed losing one. Moving to TENX. TNX has done a great movement, actually. And if you look at the previous day, it was doing great. I wonder why it lost here. It was supposed to be a winning one, actually. So what had happened is that in the 2 minutes, it did not. Maybe the entry here was a little bit high. Someone in the daily trading maybe needs to wait. Maybe the entry was at the 311, so 311 is here, actually. No, perfect entry, but tight, of course, as usual. We put it on the 2% lower. Maybe it went down to $3.07, then it continued to the top, making a profit of 7%. So maybe if it shows to someone, somebody might not enter here. Somebody might enter in this 2 cents, above the signal, or maybe 3 cents, which means that the loss is confirmed, actually, because it went all the way up, then it opened low. So this is a confirmed loss if you enter here. But if you waited, if you are a daily trader waiting for it to retest or to bounce from the 20 days moving average, so you might wait for it. You might notice a slowness in the trade instantly, then you can instantly decide to enter. So it depends, where will you really be entering. Okay. Moving to NVFY. NVFY was tempting here, actually. So if you enter at the 10, if you enter here, I think this is one of the most confirmed trades on the day, where everything is perfectly crossing and moving on the right direction. I think this is a clear one. In such a day with a continuous loss, I think if this happens to me, I should stop immediately. So let's say that I entered 1, 2, 3 trades. Even if I entered them all, I think with the lack of the opportunities and the slowness of the signals, whomever was monitoring yesterday, maybe can easily tell that there were no activities. The screener was almost stagnant, was not moving well. And sometimes I personally, looking into the screener, I thought that it is not moving. It is not, recording or getting the signals. So I was visiting the screen continuously to assure that everything is okay. And actually, it's an exceptional day, actually. Okay, so what had happened here is that in almost 20 minutes, in 3 candles, it made it. And we got the first gain of the day. To cover the previous losses. Again, if I'm trading all these, I would stop here. I would decide not to continue here. Okay, 2 hours in the market, and the market is getting worse, so it's better not to continue trading. Keep your capital, keep your investment, and leave the market. Stop trading with break even. 200, 200, 600, almost break even or acceptable loss. Supposing that you trade all these, that you took all these opportunities and to trade these. But let's see this one also. It was interesting actually during the trading, and it gave a signal before OXBR. Let's see IFMK when it appeared at 10.49 at $1.53. Someone enters here also, you will make another loss. So I think this is not also a good entry here. Although the signals were continuous and it gave you up to a room up to $1.64. Okay, this is just another confirmation of the previous signal for NVFY, and confirmation of the winning trade. Here I wanted to talk about it. I mentioned it during the trading, during the trading session on Twitter, and it was moving very well here. Talked about it, and I said that it will make an excellent move, and yeah, if you are following me on Twitter, you will find that at 10:57 I talked about it, and it was doing great actually. Okay, so it made another 7%, or another winning trade in the day with NVFY. Okay, excuse me. See, 2 screens full of the signal. At least this, in such a bearish day, gives you a confirmation that this signal is a clear uptrending and winning trade. it's obvious that this is the only signal that is appearing on the screener today or at this time, meaning that it has got a momentum and a catalyst. Yeah. Okay. Again, see how many signals are appearing on the time and look at the room and the next resistance. It's obvious that this was uptrending trade. The only thing that make someone conservative really entering this is the profit target, the predetermined profit target signal that only appears on my screener here with my setting. And usually it respects it, and it doesn't go beyond it. Seems that the momentum here was stronger really than than the signal, and it went higher by almost half a dollar or more. Okay, moving to CCRC. See the signals continuously buzzing the screen. Okay, then I talked about TENX again at 11:04 and see how it was moving also. I think if somebody enters this, he will or she will make the profit before it gets out, before it reverses. So 326 here, then from here a clear 7%. Notice exactly it gave you a signal here at 326 at the top of the signal, at top of the candle, excuse me. Then it never made a drop. So this is a clear 7% increment from 326, 3 cents up to the lowest here in the candle is only 322, which is not, of course, 2%, which did not, of course, hit our 2% stop loss, but it made it either here, the 7%, or here, easily. So that was another winning trade against our backtest. So 2 winning trades, 7% and 7%, versus the losses here. If someone decided to keep on trading on his risk, on his own risk, yeah, he might at least make a profit in the day. Okay, but again, this is a clear indication, was buzzing for a full screen, confirming an upward trending and the winning opportunity as well. Okay, CRRC was just on the resistance, so if you give it, let's see what was happening there. Actually, it was uptrending. So, but looking at the the daily trend and the resistance ahead of it, you can say easily that this will not make it. Plus, as I mentioned earlier, the daily target usually, as you see here, it respects it. It does not go beyond it. So I think this is a clear no-go trade. Okay, continuation of TENX, and see how confirming these signals are. It's moving on, and it is confirming that it is not supposed to be missed, actually. NVFY, I talked about it also, I remember. Maybe not at this stage, but maybe earlier. Okay, icon appeared on 11:15, and I don't think that you want to enter in such a trading, in such a tough day, and your target is there is the psychological resistance ahead of you in a very bearish day, and your next resistance is ahead of you, and you made a red day the day before. So I think maybe it is not good to enter after being, exposed to all these negative or losing opportunities. So you will be more conservative by the time you will reach to this, trade or this signal or this, at the middle of the day. Although you will see continuous signals here also, another tempting, but hey, be careful. There is $2, there is a whole figure ahead of you, so I don't think that you will be taking this risk today. NVFY again, here, OXBR confirming that the trade is, moving again, or maybe somebody might go for a confirmed entry again here. When it goes, this is what I was talking about earlier. We have our target that we should respect, but if it goes here and it rested here, the profit target is forming a support, and it is resting on the 20 days moving average. So this is another support as long as it is respecting this line. When it goes beyond, as you see, it continues to the other direction. But if it is respecting it and resting on it, forming a basis here, it can make you another 5 to 7%. Okay. See the signals again, confirming the entry, the re-entry actually. So this is the second, or maybe our third. First one was a false entry, then our entry that we talked about, then here, then the other entry that we talked about. Now, yeah, one ahead of the signal, then one with the signal, then now another entry from one stock. TNX, another signal, oh no. This might be a losing one. So you gained 7% and you lost 2% from TNXT in this candle here. But again, it respected the volume moving average or volume weighting average, weighted average, which we'll be talking about in our upcoming sessions. Then it reformed itself and started to go upper, to the upper side. Let me continue with these. BIMI actually also showed, BIMI was a losing trade here, but when it showed here, it was confirming the breakage of the $2, the whole dollars, and see what had happened here. This is not supposed to be a losing trade. If you enter from the 2 or 3 bust, 3 cents, then it will go with not lower than your daily, your 2% stop loss, which is 1.98, yes. It did not touch this, so it can easily make it. It did not actually make 2.14, which is 7%. So it made at least 5%, but that was a clear go ahead. Okay. So if somebody is trading in the market, can easily make it. Okay. IMIT gave a late signal. Have we talked about IMIT earlier? I don't think so. Excuse me. This was supposed to be a winning trade, but again, keep in mind the psychological resistance at the whole figure. So it did not really go beyond the 5 in such a day. No, it did not make it. Moving quickly to DLPN, our biggest winner for today. Actually, it broke the to previous day's resistance, and it continued up. I think in one signal that was the best trade today, and I think that's a confirmed entry, maybe a late one, but it confirmed when you look into the previous candles 10 or 15 minutes ahead of the signal. You can easily tell that this is an excellent one in such a tough day, and it luckily made a good profit. Plus, see the signals how continuously appearing here, and see the room. You've got a full $1 to go through. So that was a confirmed jump in trade. Okay. Okay. Then remaining ones are losing in NVC. Usually when the signal happens with a gap between the candle and the moving average, I don't tend to go into it because of the possibility to go and retest. Okay, AHC. Okay, excellent. A winning one, and a clearly winning one. Consolidation, long consolidation, and the longer the consolidation, the higher the results possible out of that. And see here also the consolidation. As I mentioned, the longer the consolidation here is not only those minutes, it was days. So you are breaking a consolidation, a lengthy consolidation of a week or more, after trending up. So that's a winning one also. CNFR, no, that's a clear losing one. Actually, I will not talk longer about it, but that's a losing one. Yeah. MDIA, strong resistance and low trading volume. One signal, one candle will not really make me, interested in going in this, especially at the end of the trading day with a confirmed bearish day. NTN, I talked about it, and it showed up at the end of the day. And I think if someone enters here, he will lose. But if someone waits for the signal, for the candle to retest, might be really making a quick, maybe 7%, 5% easily out of it. But again, at the end of the day, trading day, nobody will be really interested in that. But I thought that it will continue. I was believing strongly that it would continue, in the aftermarkets to make, to continue what it did, which happened, really. So, perfect. Okay. Guys, that's the end of our update of the 27th. Please, if you like what you saw, give me your thoughts and comments. Give me your thoughts in the about today's session. It's debatable, really, because in our backtest we made a minus 840 something, while in the in the recap you can see that we made it positive actually. So give me your thought. Do you support what we talked about here? Do you have another thought on it, and see you on today's live streaming. Thank you very much, and bye-bye.